So we're at the moment launched our product a couple of months ago. We are in very high demand, which is fantastic to see. And it's something that is a very good problem to have for a company or for a startup. We are fully sold out with our first batch, and we have a huge waiting list of people who are waiting to basically get our product next. I am currently raising a round to expand the team, to expand our marketing activities, and definitely, go abroad at some point as well. So for us, it's important to become one of the biggest solar distributed farms in Europe, and it is definitely possible because when you think about solar, people are, let's say, thinking about solar farms which are outside of the city or solar on the rooftops, these heavy modules, but they never really think about other areas where we can actually put solar, and this is balconies. And actually balconies on the facade of the building have way more square meters than even rooftops. So this is something that is never really considered. And with one of our technologies that we can track all the live data that comes from every single solar set that is basically put on a balcony, we can definitely become the biggest distributed solar farm. So for me, success means that I want to leave a certain impact behind of what I'm doing. And for me, success is reducing a large amount of CO2 that we have right now in the atmosphere. Climate change is here, it's not going away, and we have very little time to do something about it. And for me, success would be bringing basically solar to every single household out there. And I hope that more companies will also be raised in the solar industry and will be doing the same, because CO2 is the biggest, let's say, meaning of this. But also with the recent, I would say, disasters and the war in Ukraine, of course, the topic of the energy transition is like one of the biggest things for us now. And for me as a Ukrainian, it's also has like a special place in my heart, and I definitely want to be part of that transition and make it as smooth as possible and as easy as possible for people to switch from the Russian gas to renewables. I live a very simple life, to be honest. Nothing crazy. I drive car sharing because I believe it's better. I only take electric cars because it's better for our environment. Life is very simple. I enjoy simple things like great food and good talks, and that's it. I think some of my family doesn't really, simply because in our family, I would be the first entrepreneur ever. And I don't think they really understand the scale, which is okay. So we don't talk about it too much, this is like my work and that's it. But I'm definitely very much supported by my friends, which is amazing to see. And they definitely understand what I'm doing, and what I'm doing is very, very good for our climate, for us as individuals. And I'm very much supported by my boyfriend, who is there for me all the time, and this is amazing to see. He's also an entrepreneur, and sometimes it's definitely hard to have two entrepreneurs in one household because if something happens, like we drop everything that we're doing and we're saving our businesses. It can definitely get lonely, I would say, because you're spending so much time on your business and like your idea. Sometimes you don't have much personal time, and definitely some friends can drop off because of the fact that you're not so present. And I would say this is probably like one of the downs that I see. But it's also exciting, I think, like when you're able to build something out of your head, and then potentially see it in real life, people using it. In my case, this is hardware, but obviously, there's others that are doing other things. And the ups and downs are like daily. because you never know what's going to happen in your business. You never know, I don't know, are you going to get that funding that you've been wanting? Are you going to get the certain amount of customers that you've been aiming for? So it's like a constant hassle, and but I love it. I think I'm probably addicted to it, to be honest. It's like the adrenaline that I cannot get rid of. To be honest, I'm trying not to stress out too much. I think when I worked for someone else, I was so eager to be the best and to do the best and just, but that completely burns you out. Sometimes, it's easier to let go of things and kind of take a step back and think about it, what you're going to do next, instead of kind of stressing out, because it's not going to bring you any good. And I think as me, having employees, that's very, very important, to be calm in situations when things don't go so well, and bring that confidence, for others, to show that things will work out. We just need to think on the solution. So I think I focus rather on the solution than stressing out about something. And this goes not just for business but for private life also. Like I'm very chilled in my decisions and how I make my decisions. So it's not easy. It's not easy. And the fact, that people are saying like, oh, it's so easy to raise money right now. No, this is not true. It is very hard. It's hard work. You're definitely pitching a lot. A lot of people that you're meeting. You see after a certain period of time, like who is your potential investor and who isn't, and like who you would like to work with and who not. I definitely refused investors that I didn't feel the connection with, because these are potentially people that I'll have to work with on a daily basis. And if that connection isn't there, it doesn't really work. But it is definitely hard. I've come across like some sexism as well. I would love to say that it's not there, but it is. And I hope it's going to go away very soon, to be honest. I think I'm doing things in the best possible way. Obviously, maybe getting more traction or more product out there, or more like bigger, higher numbers, obviously gives you a higher valuation and easier way to raise potentially the funds. It is a bit different for hardware startups rather than software startups, because software you're building and then you can basically reach your customers online like super easily. With hardware, this is something that you need to actually produce, so you actually need the funds like quite early on to create this product. It definitely helps to research your investors and really know who they are, what type of portfolio companies they invested in, why they invested in them. I also spoke to portfolio companies before I reached out to investors, to see kind of the feedback of how their experiences were. There is a few investors that we didn't go for because I saw bad feedback and that things were very difficult when they invested. So I think like research is like number one thing. I think at the very, very start, it wasn't such a thorough research, but now we are doing it. So if I had to do it again, it would definitely be research. But also, if you can get warm introductions, this helps you tremendously. Warm introduction maybe from another investor or another startup that got invested by them helps 100%. We definitely look at energy price in our business because this is important. So we go to countries where energy prices are quite high. This is the most relevant product for people in these areas. We definitely look at how much sun the country has, because let's be honest, we want to go to the countries where there is the most sun. And for us, it's really important to know local legislation, how things work locally in every single country, to have someone local there, because there's going to be things coming up that we potentially never have thought of. And to really research the market. I think that's very important. Potentially test it, have a few, clients there to see how the market kind of reacts and what type of product do they really need. Because the product that we have for Germany doesn't mean it's going to fit, to other countries. Maybe it'll be bigger or smaller or completely different. To be honest, I love to hire people that are super eager and love the product that they're selling. For myself, like I'm hiring marketing and sales. Like my partner hires, the developers, the operational stuff. For me, they have to love what they do. They have to love the product. If they don't love the product, they're not going to sell it well. They don't necessarily have to have experience in what they do. They just need to be eager to learn. And I love taking people that are eager to learn because it's much easier also to shape them and to show them things and to teach them, right? And to give them that education. So I don't necessarily look at big names of companies that they worked for or like universities that they went to. I don't care about that stuff. I care about personality. I care about like them as people. I care how driven they are. And I care about like their dreams and goals and what they want to achieve. And I would love to facilitate potentially more entrepreneurs, to come out of my company, to create something impactful, for themselves as well. For us, it's definitely getting out more product. This is one of the biggest goals. We are working on the second product as well. So I would say the next 12 months to come out with the second product, because since we're focusing on vertical solar solutions, it's not going to be just the balcony solar that we introduced right now, but there's going to be other products that we're going to be coming out with. It's very fast execution, I would say, is our goal, because to be best, you have to be fast as well, and this is our aim. Very easy. WeDoSolar, and you can find out more. We have a bunch of really cool programs running for people who want to introduce solar to their lives. If you potentially have like an electric car, you can actually get a set for free from us. So you're exchanging your CO2 certificates from your car ownership to get solar set, which is pretty cool, I get. And I want to, come up with different ways for people to be involved with solar. But our domain is basically the best way to check us out.